to speak with Bjorn.
Welcome back to the Unbound. Today, we're going after the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Ustengrav is our destination, and as it happens, it's practically in Morgaine's backyard. So we're going to see what the road has in store for us. And right now, we're at the Tundra Homestead, and we are going to make sure that we're good and packed, and we have all the stuff we need. Everyone's got a horse, except for a couple that refuse to use them. And I think we might be able to ride all the way there. Is everyone packed?
Oh great, rain, as if this day couldn't get any worse. If I get sick, I'm blaming you, Dragonborn.
I do love our little home.
That's
in the tundra,
fine there,
don't
Morgaine. You can blame me for everything. That's why I'm the head of this little guild.
That's fine there, Morgan. You can blame me for everything. That's why I'm the head of this little guild.
Dagon watches the rain fall, a scowl deepening on her face as Cashin fusses about a horse.
Do you think it'll storm all night?
The memory of the dragon fight,
Sometimes
the pointless violence,
I see
and the mud
things
crab prank
like
all churn in her gut.
butterflies
And I suppose that counts as another tally against this
that
guild of
normal?
yours, doesn't it? All this excitement, and all I get is wet. Remind me why I'm still here dealing with your promotions.
Because you love me. And you think this whole guild thing is the best thing ever. Nadia, do you have the enough sweet rolls to make a Ustengrav?
Who keeps a practice dummy in their bedroom? Well, you do apparently, but why?
It's more than just a practice dummy for weapons, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
It's more than just a practice dunny theft dummy for weapons, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Dagon scoffs, her hand instinctively tightening on the hilt of Mira. Scytheldir as Cashin Barrow berates Inigo.
It's not real.
You killed your horse? Seems like a rather extreme reaction to a bit of dragon-induced chaos. Perhaps if you hadn't been so eager to get yourself mounted, you'd still have your beast.
Careful there, friend.
Dagon's voice changed. I'm not happy about it.
I've always wanted a dog, but a necromancer one that really screams. I'm
Morgaine's
serious, I
still
want
the
it to
same,
scream, like
but
really
she's doing
loud.
her
More of a constant
canned
wailing.
lines right now.
The Tundra
It's
homestead
dark, innit?
basks in the early morning light. Xanthys, his skeletal form crackling with barely contained energy, grins widely, while Dagon stands with a stoic expression. Morgaine, her dark robes a stark contrast to the rustic surroundings, observes the scene with a knowing,
ever die
almost
in battle,
amused
worry
glint
not.
in her
I'll
eye.
raise you back.
The air is crisp and clear, carrying the scent of damp earth and faint wood smoke.
Whoops, going the wrong way.
Why did skooma have to be so addictive?
Oops, going the wrong way.
Skyrim has a wolf problem. I swear, every 10 feet we end up killing some wolves.
Xanthys tilts his skull, a dry chuckle escaping his empty sockets as Cash and Barrow stumbles around. The familiar scent of damp earth and pine needles fills the air, a refreshing change from the recent dragon-slaying fervor. Wrong way, you say.
There's leaves stuck to your ass!
Every journey has its detours, Master. Think of it as a chance to appreciate the flora. Perhaps we'll discover new and exciting herbs, too. All chemically enhanced.
Maybe I should have made a
Will
pact
someone
with my
please sing a
father.
song?
Well, on second thought, I'm not fond of spiders.
I was wondering, did you have any interest
A
in
song, you
Lord
say?
of the Rings recently?
Well, I'm afraid musical talent is not among my many gifts. Perhaps one of your companions might oblige?
Yes.
Or,
I dreamed
if you
I was
prefer,
eating sweet rolls
we
in
could
the
simply
coffee,
get on with the day's
then
journey.
realized
I can see why people
was
would
eating
suffer the
sweet roll
cold
and
for
I was
it.
eating myself. Tasty and debilitating.
The beach is fine, but I don't like being on the ocean. That's the
Can
reason I
anyone
never
carry a
became
tune?
pirate.
I know Morgaine has a few songs up her sleeve.
I do not see how it could be.
Xanthys lets out a series of wheezing, crackling chuckles, as if the very idea of singing is a delightful, absurd notion. He taps a bony finger against his jawbone.
You'll be just fine.
My dear companion, my soul is a symphony of fire and forgotten screams.
I tried it once and nearly vomited myself into a coma. Just thinking about it makes me ill.
Though, I must confess, listening to your aspirations of necromantic canine companionship is far more entertaining than any dirge I might concoct.
Biggest mistake of your life.
Lydia rolls her eyes but takes a step forward, her hand instinctively resting on the pommel of her sword.
Now that's some badass teamwork. My lint! It's gone! It's gone! It was there! In my belly button!
Guy's great.
The Boglings took it!
Kaiden grins, leaning back against his knees as the sounds of battle fade and the familiar chatter of his companions fills the air. He shrugs, unconcerned by the commotion.
The Unbound, I have a question for you. Who here likes to play games and gamble in the taverns?
Kaidan glances at Cashin Barrow, a smirk playing on his lips as he nudges a nearby rabbit with his boot.
Spend our time than chasing after bandits or wrestling with rabid wildlife. Though I've always believed the best gamble is knowing when to walk away. Who's got the coin for a few rounds?
Lucian's eyes flicker towards Kaidan, then back to Cashin, a faint, dry amusement playing on his lips. The thought of taverns and games, so recently juxtaposed with the grim realities of battle and survival, strikes him as rather typical.
Further research into Dwemer ruins or procure some much-needed alchemical supplies, I might be persuaded to observe, or perhaps even participate within reasonable parameters.
All right, we're heading out. We're Ustengrav is far from here, but around here. Uh-oh, what's that? Fighter, they got it. Isn't far from here, but we're around, not far. Doesn't necessarily mean safe. As you, so we're gonna end up, I believe, going by Morgaine's house, right near it. It's near Morthal, so we'll have to stop in there. See how things are going there.
I don't like this Dragonborn.
Another soul for my collection. Let's go start another fight.
As far as the gaming goes, I mean, if we're in the tavern and it's downtime, why not play some cards or roll some dice?
Fancy a song, Inigo?
Of course, my friend.
Marvelous.
Is that fresh blood?
You look them, my friend.
Sorry for the stuttering, everyone. It's running a lot on a very old computer, and I'm trying to make it all work and worthwhile. Should we investigate
You
this
guys look
fort?
out here.
Despite the recent shift in location and the lingering scent of battle, Xanthys remains remarkably unfazed, his skeletal form still vibrating with residual magical energy. He turns a sharp gaze towards Cashin Barrow, a manic glint in his empty eye sockets.
Gambling? Time to end this little game.
Nice. Oh, Cashin, my dear friend. You wound me with such mundane suggestions. While I appreciate the spirit of friendly competition, my preferred games involve slightly more combustion. And as for songs, Morgaine's repertoire is likely far more suited to lamentations and perhaps a dirge or two about the fleeting nature of mortal flesh. My own contributions tend towards the pyromaniacal, a symphony of
Your suffering is at an end.
This is not merriment. I suppose I could compose a ballad of my own, perhaps about the spectacular demise of unfortunate bandits. It would certainly have more spark than your average tavern tune. Dagon eyes Cashin, a flat, deadpan expression on her face as another bandit falls. This one no more challenging than the last.
Starting fights and playing games? You call this a game? Seems more
Yes.
like a particularly tedious chore. Every swing of a blade, every spilled drop of blood. It's just another tally on the ever-growing list of things you owe me, Cashin. And believe me, that list is longer than your ambition.
If I'm not going to use ice magic, you might as well.
I really do apologize about the stuttering, but like I said, I've got a lot going on this 11-year-old computer.
Years like this, it feels good to be out of the city, away from people.
You want to investigate the prison or head off to Ustengrav?
Dagon's gaze drifts to the crumbling stone of the prison, her hand instinctively tightening on the hilt of her dagger.
A prison, you say? Another hole in the ground. And Ustengrav. Is that another errand on the endless list of Cash and Barrow's important tasks? Fine. But if this is another wild goose chase, another opportunity for you to scheme, I'm leaving you to your own devices.
Inigo. Inigo!
Morgaine lets out a dry, rasping chuckle.
Lucian, are you attempting to communicate with me? And if so, is your mind all right?
Oh, yes, marvelous, thank you. I was just thinking how fun your name is to say. Over here.
I sense danger. I don't like this, Dragonborn. Victory!
You hear that?
You don't know who you're missing.
Oh shit, dog, that's behind us. Who are you shooting?
Shield arm tightens.
Oh man.
Sword is held in a low, ready
Right.
position.
Come on this way.
The recent
Stay
skirmishes
off the
were a
traps.
distraction. The real threat is
Okay, this way. Stay off the traps, okay?
You'll pay for that, you filth.
Okay, this way. Stay off the craps, okay?
Hey, Dimwit, I'm right here.
Kaiden retrieves Heil, his Nodachi, from his back, a low hum emanating from its blade as he tests its weight. Stay off the craps? He chuckles, the sound a warm rumble in his chest. Don't worry, Cashin. I aim to keep my boots clean and my blade sharp. Go.
Prepare to die. You'll pay for that.
No noises.
Low chuckle rumbles from Xanthys' skeletal chest, the sound like dry bones being stirred in an old pot. Well, well, well. Look at this delightful little den of despair. I was just thinking how much I missed the thrill of a good old bandit raid. Hang on, here are some things.
I think this is a skeever fighting gang where they get the skeevers together to fight each other and bet on them who's gonna win, like cockfighting.
I think this is a skeever fighting gang where they get the skeevers together to fight each other and bet on them who's gonna win. Like cockfighting.
Her stance shifts, the sword lowering slightly as the last of the skeletal foes crumples. A vein of irritation pulses in her temple at the sight of these vermin fighting each other, a spectacle she finds as distasteful as it is pointless.
Betting on them is no better than watching children brawl.
Oh my god, look at all the cheese wheels. Look guys, cheese wheels. Come on, get excited.
Oh my god, look at all the cheese wheels. Look guys, cheese wheels. Come on, get excited.
Dagon wipes a smudge of soot from her cheek with the back of her glove, a faint smirk playing on her lips as she eyes the scattered cheese wheels and surveys the aftermath of the recent skirmishes.
This with high strategy is unparalleled. You might actually have a plan for us.
Alright, I think we cleaned out this fort. Let's head on to Ustengrav.
We see.
Alright, I think we
Malmo
cleaned out
ruined
this
it for
port.
me.
Let's head on to Instagram.
Dagon wipes a
It's
smudge of
like
soot
this
from her
shit.
cheek with the back of her glove. Her eyes narrowed as she watches Cashin Barrow's pronouncements with a familiar, weary resignation.
Instagram? Paying attention? Even for you, that's a new role in your rhetorical flourish. Does that truly highlight this adventure?
If I see another courier, I swear to the gods I will kill him. Always
Lucian offers
popping up at the
Inigo a
worst
wry,
of times.
knowing smile, leaning slightly against an unseen surface. The scent of stale sweat and spent magic still hangs in the air, a testament to their recent endeavors.
Morgaine, Ustengrav is right near your home. Do you mind if we stay the night there? This way we can rest up and hit the
Let it be a lesson.
A dry, humorless chuckle escapes her lips.
Morgaine Ustengrav is right near your home. Do you mind if we stay the night there? When we this way we can, rest up and hit the
Dagon flicks a bit of imaginary dust from her cuirass, her expression carefully neutral. The recent skirmish was nothing more than a tedious interruption, a mere footnote in the ever-growing ledger of her discontent.
All right.
Cashin tried to
Hand
make
over
sense
your
of those
valuables,
cheese wheels for
or
another
I'll
minute.
gut you like a fish.
I think you're gonna be gutted like a fish there, Brilliant Phelan.
Nice try, but you don't scare me.
I think
not
you're going to
going
be
to
gutted
ask
like a
again.
fish there. Brilliant and failing.
You're dealing with the Unbound here. I think you really should back off.
You're dealing with the Unbound here. I think you really should back off.
We really don't have time for this, so if
see
you
that man
insist,
Inigo,
we will
ignore him. He's
leave you
mad over a
laying.
box of cheese drinking ale.
Time for this, so if you insist, we will leave you laying.
Don't you walk away from me.
Dagon
Like
spares
you
a
even
brief,
stood a
dismissive
chance.
glance at Brillin, already calculating the effort it would take to put the thief down. Her tale is a coiled spring of barely contained impatience. Each word from Cashin a fresh tally mark against her dwindling reserves of civility.
Dagon gets a little shitty with me, doesn't she?
Interesting. Oh, what's this? Giant mammoth can camp. Okay, stay back.
Lydia's eyes narrow as she scans the open pass. The lingering scent of stale magic and the distant clouds confirm more dangerous. The air itself feels heavy, charged with an unseen threat. scan the surroundings, noting the makeshift nature of the bandit camp and the scattered remains of recent skirmishes.
This place has the stench of desperation, not proper strong.
Lucien watches Cash and Barrow handle the assortment of weapons with a critical, appraising gaze, a faint crease of concern appearing between his brows.
All right, everybody, we're at Dawnstar. Is anybody? We need to gear up so we can get to the tomb on Ustengrav.
Get a hold of yourself. They're just dreams. Please tell her, Erander.
Listen to your friend, Fruity. They are just dreams, my dear. I assure you that it is quite normal.
Need a room?
Xanthys surveys
Don't
the
worry.
bustling docks of
Nightmares
Dawnstar,
don't seem to
a flicker
happen
of
for
manic
travelers.
delight in his burning eyes.
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
A proper northern roost, wouldn't you say, Cashin? Full of brine and yes, a tomb sounds positively divine.
Good day.
Exploring, a bit of
over
grave
again.
robbing.
You think
Perhaps
that's
we'll
normal?
find some
It's
particularly
evil, I tell you.
fires to tend to.
Erander, she has a point.
Trip without a
You
few
keep telling us
combustible
no one may follow
curiosities.
these dreams, but they must be an omen.
Give him a chance to speak. Trying to help us.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can to end these nightmares.
Dagon's eyes narrow slightly as Cashin haggles with the innkeeper, her gaze flicking from the purchased goods to the growing pile of expenses in her mind. The mention of Ustengrav and the Thutum is just another loose thread in this tangled mess.
Fine. A warm bed and ale
I
then.
must warn you, if
Don't
you
think
give
this
me a
counts as a
sweet roll,
truce,
I will
Cashin.
make it
Every coin spent on
disappear.
comfort is another tally mark. And I'm keeping count.
If you need anything else, just ask.
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me.
Speak. I'm just one of the miners. I don't want any trouble.
What troubles you, my son?
Sorry if my father seems a bit distracted. A lot's happened.
I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink?
Yes, yes, I haven't got all day.
Do you have any blackberry or mead?
He pushes.
Yes, yes, I haven't got all day.
Or mead.
Yum. Sweet
Can't help but
rolls
notice
are
the rougher elements
irresistible.
drawn to Dawnstar these days.
No, I don't have blackberry, but I do have a fine mead brewed right here in the pail. As for rye mead, we're out of that particular vintage at the moment, but our own blend is quite satisfactory, if I do say so myself. Perhaps a tankard?
Ah, good. The
You're in
local inn. Time to get so wasted until we can't feel feelings anymore.
Sir, I will take 2 tankers.
Thorin pauses, his gaze briefly flickering towards the bar where the mead and wine are kept. He forces himself back to the present, a faint weariness settling on his features.
Aye, we've got rye mead. And what do you suppose passes for blackberry wine in this part of Skyrim, eh? One moment.
Karita, who had been tidying her wares nearby, overhears the exchange and approaches with a friendly smile.
Looking for something a bit stronger than ale, eh? Thorin usually keeps a good stock of rare meat, and he's a fair man to deal with. Just be sure you tell him you want
That's funny, it doesn't know
half measures.
that I wanted blackberry mead, and it's having a little bit of a hard time understanding me.
Hey, Dragonborn, Do you have any skooma, by chance? I'm asking for a friend, not for me. But if you did, I would love to take it off your hands.
I have some skooma right here. Would you like to trade it right now?
I haven't got all day. Make it quick.
Dagon's eyes narrow, her hand instinctively drifting to the hilt of her dagger. Skooma,
Come,
the
I haven't
audacity,
got all day.
is another mark on Cashin's ever-growing
Come,
tally
I
of
haven't got all
recklessness
day.
and poor judgment.
Skooma? You think I'm hauling around that filth? Your schemes are getting more
Need
desperate by
something.
the minute, Cashin. Stick to your
And
debts
what-
and leave the
Yes,
skooma to the
sirrah.
desperate. I have no interest in trading for that poison.
Lucian watches the transactions with a raised eyebrow, his scholarly instincts kicking in. He subtly adjusts his stance, a slight frown of concentration on his face as he mentally calculates the gold exchange and the value of the goods.
Cashin, forgive my intercalation, but are we quite certain about these bartering practices? Trading skooma, even with Dagon, seems inadvisable given its volatile nature and known detrimental effects. And the quantity of mead you've acquired, while perhaps intended for morale, might approach excessive consumption for a prolonged journey.
I do
My
hope
own
they don't hate
calculations
me.
suggest a more
My
conservative
father never
approach to
liked dead
provisions
things.
would be prudent.
Now I raise them like weeds in a garden.
Chill out there, Lucian nerd.
Need something?
It's so loud.
Kaiden raises an
The
eyebrow
storm.
at Cashin's jab,
Can't you hear
a
it?
hint of
Why are
amusement
you
in his
so
eyes.
calm? The storm! They're coming!
This one needs something. So many refuse to talk to us. They call us
Hello,
thieves
Khajiit.
and
How's
smugglers.
everything going today?
I am glad to see that you are not. Take a look.
Oh, come back.
Lucian offers a strained, academic smile as Cashin Barrow addresses Akari, his scholarly detachment warring with a growing sense of unease. He mentally flags the exchange of potent, illicit substances and the casual acceptance of dreams as omens with a mental
May
asterisk.
your road lead you to warm
I
sands.
appreciate your initiative in engaging with the locals, and particularly in smoothing over any
Please, come and browse our
negotiations.
goods.
With
The
this
warm sand
Akari
of
here,
elsewhere is
I must
far
express a
away from
degree of
here.
reservation. A local inn's proprietor. Even in trade, strikes me as a rather precarious path.
And we're off.
Those are the Windward Ruins.
You wouldn't kill yourself, so now I have to do
Xanthys'
it.
skeletal grin widens, a flicker of excited curiosity.
Expected more. This fight was disappointing.
The Liar.
Kaiden narrows his eyes, his gaze sweeping over the scattered debris from the recent fight, a slight smirk playing on his lips.
The liar, huh?
Liar, liar, your robes are on fire. The words that you weave make you perspire.
All right, I think we go straight left this way.
Skooma-soaked sweet roll. Now that's a craving.
Inigo, I have a joke for you. It's a knock-knock joke, but you have to start it.
A low chuckle rumbles in Xanthys' chest as Cashin attempts to rally the troops.
The intrepid leader sets the course, and you wish to delve into the damp, combustible mysteries of this Ustengrav tomb, do you? A wise choice, my dragonborn. Too many say. little dramas await us within those crumbling walls.
I love doing
Perhaps
that.
we'll find treasures. Or perhaps we'll simply find more things to set gloriously aflame.
Yes?
Look, there's a camp. Are these bandits or guards, or are they soldiers?
I squint, trying to get a better look at the camp.
Time to sneeze.
My hand
wouldn't it?
instinctively goes to the hilt of my Nodachi.
Soldiers. They're too organized for bandits. I'm not decked out enough for full guard duty, but I'd keep my distance until we know for sure. Better safe than sorry.
The beach is fine, but I don't like being on the ocean. That's the reason I never became a pirate.
Dagon glances towards the distant camp, her expression unreadable. The path west, left or right, holds little interest compared to the ever-present tally of Cashin's debts.
This way.
Those appear to be sons of Skyrim soldiers. A military camp, no doubt. Best approach with caution.
My future is brighter than yours, I think.
Yeah!
I think I see it. Looks like bandits.
Wild, manic greed bubbles up within Xanthys as he watches his companions engage the shambolic necromancer Lolithis and the unfortunate bandits. Her lips curl into a smirk as the necromancer Lolithis Girion stumbles, a pathetic excuse for one. Falwyn the bandit is equally unimpressive.
The sweet dance of destruction. Misguided fool.
Pathetic.
Dabble in the dark arts, yet you face a pyromancer who has danced with entropy itself.
Is this...
All right, everybody, loot these bandits now.
A dry, crackling chuckle escapes Xanthys' skeletal maw as he surveys the aftermath of the skirmish.
Looting time already, Captain. My fingers were just itching to sort through the spoils. Such delightful little tragedies these brigands met. One does hope they had something interesting beyond their coin purses to offer. Perhaps a rare spell tome, or a particularly well-preserved skull for my collection. Ah, the possibilities. Let us see if their pockets were as full as their boasts.
Dagon eyes the scattered remains of the bandits with a practiced indifference, her hand instinctively brushing against the hilt of her dagger. The looting is a tedious necessity. Each pilfered coin and trinket another item to add to Cashin's ever...
I hate that they all stare at me like I'm the last Briar Mead in existence. Hello, whoever's watching. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out.
My friends, gather close for a moment. Ahead of us lies Ustengrav, an ancient Nordic ruin.
Sorry, my friends, we killed it with that big long speech, and the CHIM server said, no, thank you. We're not going to do that today. So, there'll be a moment. I have to do a crash log, and then I'll start it right back up. Thanks. Brief intermission. We'll be right back. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. I don't think I've saved in oh my God. Whoops. If that's the case, I'll just teleport to Morthal. No, but I have been to Morgaine's cabin, so I think I can get there. So sorry there's so much stuttering. Just breaking myself here. Oh, shit. Here we go. Oh, whoever's watching.
Sick from being a petty outlaw.
If this is the tomb of Jurgen Windcaller, it's unlikely the horn would be the only treasure here.
Bandits disgust me.
My friends, gather close for a moment. Ahead of us lies Ustengrav, an ancient Nordic ruin built by people who clearly had a great deal of stone, a great deal of time, and very little interest in making visitors comfortable. We have been sent there to recover the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. That is our purpose. We go in together, and we come out together.
Pleased, dry cackle echoes through the decaying halls of Ustengrav as Xanthys surveys the scene. His skeletal jaw clicks with satisfaction, and a faint
I wonder what stolen goods we'll find today. Maybe a buxom damsel in distress, maybe. I can see it now. We'll get married and have 5.5 kids, too.
5.5 kids. Xanthys kills me.
I don't know what waits for us inside. There may be Draugr, traps, creatures, or something none of us has yet imagined. So keep your eyes open, watch each other's backs, and if something looks suspicious, tell the rest of us before touching it. We are the Unbound. We have traveled together, fought together, argued together, and somehow none of you have killed me yet. I consider that a promising sign.
Dagon's eyes narrow as Cashin speaks, a weary sigh escaping her lips. The words about the Unbound and Plupim Watch are just more noise in the endless tally of his pronouncements.
Just try not to get us all killed before we even get inside.
first fire spell I tested was on a bandit.
Hello!
Got all over.
Make sure to loot the fuck out of this place.
Don't have boundaries or something.
I love doing that.
Today we walk into Ustengrav not as strangers thrown together by circumstance, but as companions. Stay close, watch one another, speak your minds, and if things go badly, well, at least we'll have a good story to tell when we get back to the tavern. Now, enough standing around. Let's go find ourselves a horn.
Dagon scans the entrance to Ustengrav, a cynical smirk playing on her lips.
He mutters, not bothering to look at Cashin. Just another tally mark on this miserable excuse for an adventure. Make sure you loot the fuck out of this place. I want to see more than just dirt and bones when we come back out.
So I think I'm going to end this stream right here. At the beginning of this, right here. We spent an hour and 11 minutes just getting there. I'm still interested in that because I'm training these AI to be who they are, their own personality.
Oh wait, my mistake. It's horrendous.
I figure that if I just keep going, spend enough time with them,
I would have been able to resurrect my parents by now.
I'm hoping to, at some point, convince them to sit down in a tavern and play a game of dungeon and, dragon style Skyrim lore tabletop role-playing game. And that's my goal, is to get them to play an RPG in a tavern where they sit around and they select characters themselves, and the narrator will be the dungeon master. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I want to train the AI so that it remembers that type of thing and they go to it. So I think that's going to do it for this stream. I'm going to take a minute. Sorry for the stuttering. There's a lot going on. The AI uses part of my graphics card. My graphics card is 1660, so it's not doing much. I mean, it's doing everything it can. I probably could fry eggs on it at a certain point. My CPU is just going crazy, and this computer's 11 years old, so I make it all work, man. I make it all work. So we'll see you next time. I'm going to go ahead and set the stream ending scene. And, hey, thank you guys. So, tonight, the Unbound went from Thunderhome to Ustengrav. Now we're right at the entrance of Ustengrav, and the next time we start up, our adventure in the dungeon will continue. Until then, the fire's waiting. Testing.